So this isn't the first or last time I'm sure we're going to talk about Mario on this channel, but it is the last time I kind of want to get into this whole concept of the electronic figures, because if I'm honest, I'm sick and tired of talking about them at this point, but I'm very interested in hearing your opinions on these sets, and I'm making what I would like to think as a final video to just sort of cap off this electronic Mario thing. Now, in my previous videos I have explained that I hate this direction that LEGO decided to go with this Nintendo license, and offered up some solutions to what I believe could be a better direction for the Mario theme. Things like the figures not really doing anything, the creative decision to make all of the figures oversized, meaning your bricks go into building the characters rather than the level design themselves, therefore the level design actually suffers for this, meaning that you're not actually going to get much of a level, you just kind of get a couple of islands with some 2x8 plates covering the in-betweens to make it feel more of a complete set. This theme's been going for a year and a half now, and the same problems we saw on day one are still prevalent in the sets we get today. And I just want to make this clear that this is my opinion, and I don't hate the LEGO Mario theme, I just don't like the direction that it's going in. Some people on my previous videos have got very vocal about my opinions on these sets, and this video kind of explains what I would be doing if I was in charge of the theme. So before we get into the video, just think of this as more of constructive criticism of these Mario sets, rather than me just blindly hating on them. Now, obviously this video has come about because LEGO have decided to expand the LEGO Mario theme into Luigi's Mansion, which is a spin-off Mario game that in turn is quite different from your traditional Mario game. There's ghosts, spooks and scares, and it's more of a 3D open game rather than a platformer. And say what you want about these sets, yeah, it's nice that they're expanding the universe, but they're doing it in the same way as the Mario and Luigi starter course from the quote-unquote main Super Mario games. I have already explained in previous videos that this concept of it being an open map is not a good one, considering that you tend to focus more on the grand scheme of things as a generalistic map rather than specific locations such as the desert, the Mushroom Kingdom, or the Bowser Lava levels, as well as making the sets the correct size to include minifigures. This would give LEGO designers multiple creative avenues for trying to replicate the look from the game, as well as not to mention the piece count going into the actual level rather than the characters. An example I want to touch on very briefly is the new LEGO Ideas Sonic set that's rumoured to come out later on next year. Now, this is obviously not the LEGO official model, but this is what the fan designer has made and what LEGO has approved. And I touched on this briefly in one of my previous videos, but this is exactly what I would want the LEGO Mario theme to turn into in the future. You can see that this doesn't include many new minifigures, new molds, or is even that big of a set, just going to show that you don't need to build giant sets to get these instantly recognizable locations, like in this case Green Hill Zone, recognized when you're building them out of things like Lego bricks. And I would argue that the level design isn't actually the main build, it's going to be the egg robot itself. Overall, this set is one I'm actually really looking forward to and would be proud to display on my shelf, unlike some of these Mario sets that have been introduced to us over the last year. I understand that LEGO design a lot of their sets years in advance, so I understand that asking LEGO to change these Mario figures with the snap of a finger is not going to happen anytime soon. But like I say, this is the type of set I'd love to see the Mario theme go into, and not just integrate them into something like the 18+ sets. But really, what does this have to do with the LEGO Luigi's Mansion sets? Well, unfortunately, they've gone down the same avenue as the other Mario sets, unsurprisingly, meaning you're not necessarily buying a Luigi's Mansion, you're buying an interpretation of Luigi's Mansion, with things like the door, the laboratory being separate sections rather than an entire complete build. Which on one side of the coin is fine because it fits in with all your previously established Mario stuff, but on my side of the coin, I wanted to see more of an expansion into a new type of LEGO Mario theme, mainly things with the introduction of minifigures and playsets which I feel really do integrate the playability and displayability of a set instead of just playability like this previous Mario sets establish. And normally I would have no problems with one theme sort of expanding into another universe, or sub-themes sort of attached to the franchise of the previous theme. But with Super Mario, it's got such a vast network of games which I feel if you made a similar set to these Mario Overworld sets, it would really be at its detriment. Sets like these Luigi's Mansion sets being a clear example of exactly this. Like I said before, Luigi's Mansion is a very different Mario game. It's meant to feel a lot more horror-esque than the light and playful Mario games you're used to loving. Being in the mansion is also meant to feel really imposing and intimidating to be inside of, and I really feel like this style of Mario sets do not capture that at all. And believe it or not, that's not the fault of the designer itself, it's the fact that this theme is just built around the concept of jumping island to island, interacting interacting with the electronic figure. Whereas in my head, I see Luigi's Mansion being more of a display option, or play features such as the Home Alone set that's just released. Something like a D2C would do wonders for a Luigi's Mansion theme, as I believe a one-off set of Luigi's Mansion could cover all of the ground you'd need, and you'd still be able to make all of the same money as selling all of these sets combined. Not only that, you could have included a scared face print Luigi with the poltergust to really climb and drive up those sales a bit more. Also included some really nice translucent minifigures or new molds to represent some of the ghosts that you'd find in the Luigi's Mansion. And that's not even mentioning the fact that these new sets don't even come with a starter course Luigi, so you still have to buy the Luigi starter course before you buy something like these Luigi's Mansion sets, which again I feel is a massive misstep for LEGO. I would have rather them include the Luigi figure on a starter course of Luigi's Mansion, and maybe that would get me to buy other Luigi's Mansion sets, maybe including Luigi in things like the Poltergust set, making that relatively small set feel so much more substantial as you're getting the electronic figure in that set. But if I'm honest, I would have preferred just minifigure versions of all these sets anyway. This kind of a concept truly does worry me because, like I said before, Mario is very expandable. There are things like Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart, Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, and many more. Doing sets like this is not inherently a bad thing, but then when you try to expand into other themes like Mario Kart, all of a sudden your things have to be 3 times as big than they did with a normal minifigure. Therefore, they're going to be super expensive. If you want multiple characters, you're just going to be paying more money, and you won't get many bricks in these sets anyway because all of your pieces go into building the characters themselves. Meaning if they did things like a Mario Kart theme, all of your one set would go into making one cart, instead of having a set with multiple carts, multiple minifigs, and maybe some sort of circuit. The Mario theme has such potential, but unfortunately I feel like it's lost a lot of it based on the fact that these electronic figures are so big. And that's not inherently a bad thing until you have to start scaling things around these figures. I still think these figures are like the best part about the Mario theme so far. Even if they just released these Mario buildable characters as like £10 accessory packs, I'd probably buy them, so long as they had minifigure actual play sets that I could buy alongside them, with the occasional D2C set being something maybe based on other Mario themes such as Mario 64, Mario Kart, or even something like Luigi's Mansion. Take this example by my good friend Topic Bricks, who has also made a Mario video on this particular subject. Now I'm just going to show his model off very quickly here, as there's nothing really else online. If you want to see more, I'd recommend going to his video, which will be linked in the description. But this type of a Mario set would work wonders in terms of actually looking like something from the game, as well as please people like modular fans who just want something a bit more creepy to go inside of their LEGO cities, and definitely feels a bit more imposing and threatening than something like this door frame. And yeah, if you combine all of these sets together, you're still not going to have a D2C type style price, but this is clearly an example of what LEGO could be doing with this Mario theme and just choose not to. And this just worries me even further. If they're deciding to expand the Mario universe now, it worries me about other Nintendo franchises getting the same treatment as this Mario one, such as LEGO Metroid or LEGO Legend of Zelda. But I do definitely think that Mario is perceived as being maybe for a younger generation, especially in LEGO's eyes, so hopefully if they decide to do Legend of Zelda sets, we will see primarily more minifigures in that genre. But if I'm honest, I'm hoping that LEGO will turn this round and try and make some more kind of spooky sets, as I really do feel that LEGO don't really dive as much into spooky sets as they probably should, and it's a breath of fresh air to see them trying it with this LEGO Luigi's Mansion theme. But if I'm honest, I think we need more of a spooky theme in general, and what do you know, I've made a video on that, and you should click the screen now to go and see it. Click the screen, I'll see you in the next one.